Hello everybody, my name is Solo, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be telling you guys my feelings about the event. And before anybody gets upset, I've been playing this game since the very beginning. I've been here like every single update talking about different things that I liked and disliked. I even praised it when they did the whole quality of life giving the prizes, which I still think is a good system even though it is technically pasted from BGSI. But yeah, besides that, I've also been here for what I consider the best event to hit this game, which is the Band Geeks event. So I'm going to tell you guys how I'm feeling about the Dragons and Dunces event. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to hold back any punches here. This feels like a blatant grab at more money from the whales of the game. And what I mean by this is the Dennis secret, which is a 0.2% in the challenge crate, is like a permanent thing. Like this has been here for ever since the challenges got updated, right? However, if we go and look at the event, the new secret, which is considered the best unit, one of the best units in the game, is a 0.1% and is going away after 8 days. Not only that, they are also selling the capsules by Robux. They are also selling double dragon scales by Robux. Which they didn't mention really the double dragon scales, or they did, I didn't see it. So yeah, in my honest opinion, this is a very big grab at the whales of the game, and it's another situation where they're trying to make it so then they treat the dungeon master as a baby prunes again, because that's another big thing that I always talk about is baby prunes. Baby prunes should not be at the value that she's at. I'm sorry, they never said that the unit was a quote-unquote limited unit, and the only reason they treat it as such is because a lot of people in the community are actual children about it and cry whenever they talk about re-releasing baby prunes. So yeah, anyway, yeah, let's talk about this. So this event is not approachable by new people. What do I mean by that? Well, firstly, the raid itself, unless you have like a few mythics, if someone were to start playing today, they would probably get maybe a few capsules opened, if that, by the time that the event leaves. Another thing about it is that it seems very much so that this event was designed less around being able to open as many capsules as possible and more around basically just, oh hey, open for a chance at Dungeon Master, for a chance at Dungeon Master, right? Because that was like the big draw for them, is like Dungeon Master's really good and like the base one can go toe to toe with some of the best secrets, right? Yeah, let me talk about the main differences between this and Band Geeks. So Band Geeks, the reason why Band Geeks was such a good event is because when you got on and you like grinded a bunch of bubbles and opened them, it was always exciting to get a secret bubble, which you're not really ever going to get with this event unless you magically hit the 0.1% chance that the Dungeon Master is, because that's the only thing that's going to show up as a secret like that. Because the rest of them, when you get a shiny or a wombo, it actually shows it in the like little bubbles below the dragon capsule instead of being like a quote-unquote secret open, right? So that kind of took that bit of excitement, because again, the secret is now reserved for the secret unit. And not only that, they're making the secret unit abysmal to open, and also making the only mythic from the capsules also abysmal to open at 1.4%. And then the rest of them are okay to open. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have enough Patricks to literally 1-star the base Patrick now. Yeah. I now have enough to literally 1-star Patrick, which is fine. And there are some good things I'll talk about. For example, the raid shop. I'm glad that there's a new unit in the raid shop to spend spatulas on, because I got the shiny Wumbo of, you know, Captain Magma, and now I'm going to get the shiny Wumbo of King Krabs once I get to 25,000, right? However, there's a lot of things that are missing from what BandGeeks did to what this is doing. For example, double in BandGeeks thing, double bubbles was a big thing, because when you got a double bubble, you were able to use that and then like get more stuff. And that was from the code, like initially there was a code that came out that gave you double bubbles, right? With the BandGeeks event, because it took them so long to like get it up and there's stuff like that. This one, it took them a while to get this event up, but they gave us a code that like gave, I want to say it was like 150, which by the way, that's pathetic. Let's be honest. It gave like 150 or so of the scales. Like, come on, you delayed like this update until almost like 7 p.m. and you give us like not even enough to open one capsule. That's pathetic. Especially for an event that your best unit is a 0.1% chance. Like, get out of here. Like, that was like your first sign that's like, oh hey, yeah, this event is probably for people who are spending money. Another sign that this event is probably for people who are spending money is the fact that when you open up the shop, the first thing you're greeted with is the dragon capsules for Robux. So then the people who probably got it from this, unless you got super uber lucky like I have with Black Ices before, and even then I think it was more of a chance, or maybe even less of a chance. Yeah, there's only 800 because probably people are buying with Robux. And those people are probably the whales who are also supplying a bunch of like trading routes and stuff. The people who, you know, for some reason decided to think that just because they're so deep in the trading community that the game is free to play for them because they're already in a spot to do so, and decided to come into my comment section saying that me saying the game is pay to win is BS, which I also see you disliking the videos, and I'm not going to stop talking about the fact that this game has the same monetization as Pet Sim 99. I mean, they literally had the infinite pack, you know, where you guys got baby prunes. The one unit I still think that should be re-released, because it was never said that it was a limited time unit that was for value's sake. You guys just became children over it. And when I say you guys, I'm talking specifically to the people who think value of a unit is the top thing that this game should be about, which it's not. The top thing that this game should be about, honestly, is the fun factor, but I digress on that fact because apparently people get upset if I say that. But yeah, so immediately you're greeted by this, which is just, oh yeah, here's a way to buy the stuff for Robux. Then you have this, which is 2x Dragon Scales event boost, which means that anyone who doesn't have Robux is just SOL and is gonna have to basically just do the raid, which, mind you, I macro the raid, and if anybody gets upset by me saying I macro the raid, I don't care. I'm sorry, this event is not built for free-to-play players who don't macro. Like, come on, you have to do the raid twice to open one capsule, meaning that you have to sit there, and if you want to open 100 capsules, meaning you have to do the raid 200 times to open 100 capsules. mind you, and that doesn't even guarantee that you get a secret. So don't come after me because I macro a raid. Like, let's be honest. Let's just call this event what it should be called, which is spend money for secret. Like, the reason why people got so excited was opening secrets in the Bang Geeks event, because it was something fun, because you knew it was just adding shiny Wumbo onto a unit that you could already get pretty easily and not like miserably like low chanced. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Bang Geeks, unless they make something better that has, you know, just more fun than Bang Geeks, I think it's still the better event. I'm not going to say this is worse than the Valentine's event. I think the Valentine's event is just going to almost always stay my worst event, because it was just such a bad lead up with so many delays, and then turned around and it was like, yeah, by the way, like, to get this unit, you also have to sit there and get these hearts, which at the time I didn't have the units to even get the hearts, so it's like, okay, so I had to sit here and macro one stage and try to get enough hearts and not even be guaranteed this limited unit that was really just a mid unit. Like, but honestly, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this event was made for whales to spend their money on. Like, this game has turned into, hey, let's add another mechanic that's gonna add more revenue towards the game. This game also makes enough money that it doesn't need to keep adding it. Like, let's be honest, with the people spending money on not only these passes, but also the mounts, also the battle passes, also these trader bundles, also the other bundles, like, they have enough money. They didn't need to make an event like this. They did it on purpose. Like, again, and when I say I don't hold back my punches on a like update like this, I was very positive about the last update with the prizes and everything, because I thought it was a genuinely good update. It added a lot of things people were wanting, like being able to choose what traits, you know, you were gonna get from rolling, right? Which I think I'm gonna actually try to roll some secret formulas, I guess, while I'm here. But yeah, you got to choose what traits you're rolling and what you rolled on them, right? I'm gonna try to get secret formula on the plankton. Hold up. But like, it also added in a lot of filters, a lot of different things. It also, like, there was the rock bottom update, which I also thought was decently good, because it added in more content to the game, and it was just a good update in general. However, one update that I don't like is like the challenge update, where they're promoting it as some sort of like, oh yeah, this is going to be a really good update because you can only grind for it, and then you turn around and they're selling the actual like challenge crates for Robux. And it's like, okay, that's not grinding. You just basically lied to everybody. And to be honest with you, like, the way that they set up that, like, this event update, they didn't even try to hide that it was made to be used as a Robux like grabber. Let's go. I got secret formula on him. Like, they didn't even like try to hide it. They literally said that, oh, this is there to be a limited unit. So at least they didn't hide it this time. At least they didn't try to, you know, lie to people about it or try to cover it up or something. But yeah, this event, well, I'm still probably going to try to play it as much as possible. I'm not going to play it every night because there are other games I want to overnight. I still very much think that this event is just for the whales for the most part. For the people who want to sit there and spend all their money on the game to get every single secret in existence, and to basically yeah, spend all their money. And it's very apparent by like people I've talked to, by how people have been feeling, and how it's very convenient of how like the resources are lined up, that it's for the whales. So yeah, but that's my thoughts on it. It's worse than the Band Geeks event. But anyway, if you guys like the video, as always, hit the like button. Comment down below, what kind of event would you love to see them do? Me personally, I'd love to see them do some sort of like different type of mode event. They talked about the like Moab stuff and like target adjusting. I'd love for them to put in the target adjusting, the update a lot of people have been waiting for, and then put in the Moab as like an event. That would be really, really cool. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications, so then you guys never miss a video. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.